Well, hello and welcome to a special Saturday edition of the Daily Wraps. And the last few days of winter, and the days are going to get longer soon. Well, here is my longtime partner in the studio, Rob Doyle. Here he is.
Good evening, Barry. Good evening, everyone else. Yeah, you're right. The days are starting to draw out as we speak. I came up over the hill the other morning, and the sun was up, and previously it's been dark, so you can see the days are starting to get a little bit longer already.
Well, 1,035 cases today. Not good, but we won't go into that. But what we will talk about is people misusing 000. Now, people have been using an ambulance as a taxi. That's not on. Here's Rob now for his disappointing view on this.
Yes, well, look, my view is one of disappointment that people are still doing that, Barry. You know, you would think after all the information you've put out there on YouTube and just your crusade in life to stop people misusing triple O, that it would have had an effect, and it probably has had an effect. But there's always going to be the odd idiot that just keeps doing the wrong thing.
So, 000 is only to be used in an emergency because the paramedics save thousands of lives every day. And yesterday, an 18-year-old person waited 25 minutes for an ambulance. Now, that is a real sad thing. Here's my outsider now.
That is a sad thing, Barry. That's just a classic example of why it can't be misused. You know, waiting that long for an ambulance is just not on in a civilised country like Australia. You know?
So if it was me with severe chest pain and some numb nut rang up and said they needed a lift to a COVID or a vaccination testing clinic, well, I think my upside would be furious.
I would absolutely be furious, Barry, and taking away and putting you or anyone else in this house or anyone else in the clients in CPA in jeopardy is unforgivable.
Because people know, and I'm sure my outsider knows, that I can't get to the hospital by myself and may require that medical attention to get checked out, and some idiot had rung up and prank called. We did a video a couple of years ago called Save 000 for Saving Lives. Kid Rob now for this.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it's I think you'll continue this crusade of yours to get people to do the right thing with regard to calling triple O. I'm sure you'll continue to do that even when you're no longer at Oceania and you're somewhere else. And I will too, Barry, because I've made it my cause as well.
Because 000, ladies and gentlemen, do not, and we repeat, do not even compensate on ringing 000 to say that you got a toothache or an earache or stubbed toe or a headache, because there are many other things or alternatives in relation
Yep.
to calling 000 because it is the difference between life and death.
Can be. Yeah.
Here's Romney.
Yeah, can be for sure, Barry. And, I think that the law should be really brought down on these people that do misuse it, and insofar as not just fines, but they should go to jail.
So, O is not a toy, you hoaxers out there, and don't even laugh and make up streets or suburbs that the ambulance service hasn't even heard of. Here's my operator.
That's right. It's just amazing to think that people still do it, Barry, isn't it? Anyway, I'm sure you brought it to the attention of plenty of people with your YouTubing reach in the past. So good luck to you, Barry.
So please, as we go into the early stages of the evening and the conclusion of week 10 and week 11 of the lockdown, which commences tomorrow, we would discourage you from ringing 000 only if you have an emergency. Only ring that number, and we repeat, only ring that number if you've got an emergency. So we would like to encourage you to think, is your urgency an emergency before you ring that number, because the wrong call could cost somebody their lives. Here's Rob now.
Yeah, look, I like that phrase you just came up with there too, Barry. Is your urgency an emergency? That's a beauty. That could be a part of a big ad campaign to get people to do the right thing. So, yeah.
So if your urgency is not an emergency, do not ring 000 only, but only ring that number if you have an emergency. Do not ring them to get food delivered to your house or get a lift to a vaccination hub, okay, because there are other services you can call for that. So O is not there for food deliveries or lifts to a vaccination hub. And we'd like to leave you now by reminding you that 000 is not there to be mucked around with. Don't be an idiot with that number, or else you will be in big trouble. Because, like I just said a couple of minutes ago, I could be sitting here right now with severe chest pain, example, and Rob here could be on the phone to 000 and they might say, "I'm sorry, we haven't got a car to stand out to this gentleman." Here he is to remind you of that and his closing message.
Yeah, look, I wouldn't want it to be any one of my clients here or any one of my friends or any one of my family. I would never want that to happen to them. So I'm just like you, Barry, and just saying to these people, if there's no urgency, it's no emergency.
And do not get the ambulance to deliver you food or get you to a vaccination hub. They are medical vehicles. Bring a taxi or get a friend that is going near a vaccination hub to get you checked. Don't annoy the ambulance people. They have enough on their plate. Please respect their 000 and they will come to you. But if you constantly ring 000 for the wrong reasons, you will be fine, and somebody could lose their life before they even get to that person. So Rob and I would like to remind you that 000 is not to be mucked around with. Ring that number if you've got an emergency. Okay, so just reminding you viewers out there, please leave 000 alone because you're tying up everyone else and taking away that service. So we'd like to conclude the show now and say thanks for listening to this important message now. And I will see you on Monday for episode 266. So until then, have a great night. Here's Rob now to say his farewell.
Well said, Barry. Not a lot I can add to your well chosen words, and I'm looking forward to episode 266. You're a marvel that you've done that many and you're going strong. Well done, Barry. Good night to everyone.
So good night, and remember, save 000 for saving lives. Because if Rob needed to ring 000 for me, he would ring that number because he knows about my health.
I do.
Many
If
times.
it's an urgency, it's an emergency.
But if it's not, I will leave it alone and take my medication, and I'm good at that. So, well, I'm off to get my meds now and some good shepherd's pie, and I will see you on Monday. Monday for episode 266.
Good night, everyone.
And good night. And Rob, as always, great to be back on the show. Good night, and early evening. Good night, everybody.
Good night.